Attention, please. Here's something I bet you didn't know. Not all supplements are created equal. At HealthSpan, our omega-3 oil is sustainably sourced from the South Pacific Ocean. We find our turmeric on the southern slopes of India. And our cod liver oil comes from the cold, crisp seas of Greenland. We work hard to seek out the best ingredients for all our supplements because that's the HealthSpan way. We're healthspan.co.uk. Vitamins and supplements in-store or direct to your door.
SIM-only plans? There are always so many tempting options. So you jump headfirst into a long contract, which keeps you locked in for 12 months.
Somebody let me out!
At Labara, we offer great value plans and total flexibility. You can get 10 gigs of data, unlimited UK minutes and texts, and 100 international minutes for just £10 a month. And you can change or cancel anytime.
Now I feel free!
Buy now at labara.co.uk.
Are they about to triple their gold medal total tonight? It's an all-British podium on home soil. A stunning swim.
It's a second and a half quicker than anybody else in the world.
The youngster from Great Britain getting roared home by this partisan crowd.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Aberdeen Sports Village. It is day 4 of the City Para Swimming World Series meet, incorporating the British Para Swimming International meet. We are here in the Aberdeen Aquatics Centre in the northeast of Scotland. It's our 4th day of competition, and the swimmers in the heats this morning will be trying to make their way into the final. Well, we have crowned a number of World Para Series champions here in Aberdeen this week, and we see a few returning to the pool this morning. The events we're looking forward to are the 50 freestyle for women, 50 freestyle for men, and then 100 butterfly for women and 100 butterfly for men. So just 4 events in this morning's heats, and should take us through to just past 10 o'clock. So a quick session this morning for this final day of competition. In the 50 freestyle, well, we saw a world record broken in day 1 of competition in the 100 freestyle by Tanja Schultz of Germany. She's back in the pool again this morning in the 50. We'll keep a close eye on her. She's due to go in the very first heat at 9:30. In the 50 freestyle, well, it could well be Stephen Clegg from Great Britain and be the one to beat. He is the fastest into any of the heats, the Paralympic medalist from Great Britain, the visually impaired swimmer. The 100 butterfly, always interesting. The local girl from Aberdeen, Tony Shaw, is one of the favourites to try and take a World Para Series title in her home pool in Aberdeen. And, well, the 100 butterfly, always exciting. Stephen Clegg back in again today. Two big events for the visually impaired man from Great Britain. It's going to be a good session of action, I think. Very quick, but very, very high quality throughout. British Swimming would like to thank our official partners, Labara and Up and Go, our official suppliers, Healthspan and SOS, and hosts Aberdeen City Council for their support of this event. So welcome back this morning to our technical officials. They are here as ever on pool deck. And let me introduce you to our lead officials for this morning's session. The technical delegate, Tony Ward. Assistant technical delegate, Dave Metcalf. The referee for the men's event, Colin Everson. The referee for the women's event, Christine Golightly. In the control room, Roger Pryor. The starter for the men's event, Jerry Metcalf. And the starter for the women's events, Elizabeth Fitzsimmons. These are your technical officials. First event of this morning is the women's 50 metres freestyle. And we start with heat number 1. This is heat number 1. So the first heat underway. Mix of classifications, of course, in all the heats this morning. We'll keep an eye on the time for Tanya Schultz, a world record breaker in the 100 freestyle earlier this week. Big points total could be in place here for Daniel Doris, the Paralympic champion in the 50 metres butterfly. He's going on that butterfly stroke on the freestyle, being pressed by Amy Sheridan of Ireland. So Doris will be first into the wall. We'll keep an eye on the time for Tanya Schultz and the points total as well, as the clock just ticks over at 39.54 seconds for the German. German swimming in the S4 class. And that looks like it's going to be the biggest points total. So Tanya Schultz, 878 points. Remember, 1,000 points equivalent to a world record swim. Daniel Doris, 835 points. So they've given themselves a great chance of making that World Para Series final tonight. 2 swims in the 800-point range. And that is going to be tough to beat for the swimmers to follow. Carmen Loom for Malaysia in 3rd place in 5.25. Swimmers exiting the water at the bottom. And we can move on now to heat number 2 at the other end of the pool. This is heat 2. Swimmers in this second heat. We have Harry from Canada, Chalice, Kissa, Pilkington, Bamber, Davidson, Wickens, Solomon, Connon and Snedden. That's the lineup from the bottom upwards. Great Britain's Ellie Chalice, the lowest numerical classification in this one, the S3, British record holder. And in fact, she's not the British record holder. That's held by Fran Williamson, but Ellie Chalice must have a chance of breaking that time. Fern Snedden going well in the top lane here, as we've seen her go well all week here in Aberdeen. 39.64 for Fern Snedden. And we'll keep an eye on the time for Ellie Chalice, that red cap there in lane number 1, next to Canadian Clemence Paré. And 53.11, well, that's inside the British record mark. So that could be a new British record for Ellie Chalice if that result is confirmed. Well done, Ellie. Another British record to add to her tally. And the result is confirmed. It's Claire Connon from City of Cambridge, 599 points, just ahead of Fern Snedden, 565, and Miriam Solomon from Canada, 549. And the result is confirmed, 53.11. Subject to ratification, of course, a new British record for Ellie Chalice. Well done, Ellie. And as the swimmers exit the pool, we move on to the next heat, which is heat number 3. Heat number 3 sees Katie Fake, Scarlett Humphrey, and Wapa Makrasa, Charlotte Hyde, Emma Imrie, Leah O'Connell, Isabella Haynes, Eliza Humphrey and Rachel Partington. You've seen the 2 Humphrey sisters go against each other in a number of events this week. They are in the S11 classification. They wear blacked out goggles, they have no vision in the pool, and they're going well Being pressed there in that centre lane. Emma Imrie going well, the S10 swimmer from South Ayrshire in lane 4. Might be Imrie and the two Humphreys sisters in together. Emma Imrie gets the touch, 35.30. And it is, well, Scarlett Humphrey, I think, just ahead of her sister. 35.74 for Scarlett Humphrey. 36.81 for Eliza Humphrey. In terms of the points, it will be the two Humphrey sisters, I think. 545 for Scarlett Humphrey. In fact, Leah O'Connell getting in between the two Humphrey sisters. 523 for Leah O'Connell. 499 for Eliza Humphrey. Again, as we said, the number of the swimmers looking for qualification standards, consideration times for the World Championships later in the summer, also for the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, and on the horizon, of course, the 2023 World Championships just announced to be in Manchester next year. A number of these young swimmers will be targeting that, I'm sure. We have to wait for confirmation of the result. The blacked out goggles need to be checked. I think everything is okay, and there we have it. Charlotte Hyde, in fact, 617 points, is top in that heat. She's had a good week so far. Another good swim from Charlotte Hyde. Scarlett Humphrey in second, Leah O'Connell in third, and Eliza Humphrey in fourth position. We can now move on to the next heat, which is heat number 4. Sees Nicole Turner, Evie Lambert, Madeline Harris, Mira Hine-Mack, Astrid Carroll, Connie Ratley, Rebecca Lewis, Eva French, and Megan Willis. Megan Willis had a couple of great swims yesterday in the 400. See if you can follow that up in the 50. Two Paralympians, all from Ireland, Nicole Turner, and Germany's Mira Hine-Mack. They're going lane 0 and lane 3. They may be good in terms of points. We'll wait and see. With Eva French just getting in ahead of Megan Willis there for the touch. Nicole Turner comes in with 696 points, just to eclipse Eva French there. So Eva French from Nuneaton, 632 points, just ahead of Megan Willis, 627. But Nicole Turner will be top of all the swimmers there. The Irish Paralympic silver medalist from Tokyo in the 50 butterfly. 696 points for Nicole Turner, ahead of the two Great Britain swimmers. Now we can move on to heat number 5. Number 5, Natalia Hokai, Amber Haycock, Abby Hampshire, Abby Kane, Ariane Hunsaker, Rebecca Redfern, Micah Naomi Schwartz, Roshini Ryan, Zara Maluli, and Hannah Russell. Well, big names in this one. Hannah Russell and Zara Maluli, both British record holders, right up there in 8 and 9. Roshini Ryan has had a good week, and Paralympic medalist Micah Naomi Schwartz also going well for Germany there. Very close at the finish. Hannah Russell gets it, 28.60 for Hannah Russell. And just ahead of Roshini Ryan, 28.84. Micah Naomi Schwartz, 29.22. Those are the finishing order, but the top points is Ariana Hunsaker from Canada, 819 points for the young Canadian, the S10 swimmer, just ahead of Hannah Russell's 8:15 and Zara Malouli's 8:08. Big points totals in that one. Number of them should progress to the top 10 in terms of the World Para Series rankings. Tanya Schultz will be top. There's a summary of all the heats. The two Canadians in second and third, Danielle Doris and Ariana Hunsaker. And it's Hannah Russell, Zara Malouli and Roisin Irian, the next three places. Results scrolling through as we see the position, the finishing position in terms of points from all the competitors in that 50 meters freestyle. So that was the 50 meters freestyle for women. We can now move on to the 50 meters freestyle for men. And this is heat number 1. This first of the 4 heats, Kirill Pulver goes in 1, Harvey Phillips in 2, Hotter Ingvarsson in 3, Lyndon Longhorn in 4, Alexander Hobbs in 5, Fabian Brunner in 6, Bjorn Iron in 7, and Archie Hare in lane number 8. And Archie Hare going well out ahead of the field, Bjorn Iron in second position, Fabian Brunner and Alexander Hobbs, very close contest here. Also going well, Kirill Pulver, the Russian swimmer, right down in lane number 1. Keep an eye for Lyndon Longhorn in lane number 4. British record held by Lyndon Longhorn, 45.26. And Lyndon Longhorn in 43.76. Another good swim from Lyndon Longhorn, and that could be inside his own British record. So Lyndon Longhorn again could be in record-breaking form. We'll wait for confirmation of the results. It was a good swim in the outside lane for Kirill Pulver of Russia, the S5 swimmer. Again, we'll have to wait for the blacked-out goggles checked for Archie Hare, the S11 swimmer, before we get confirmation of the result. 35.44 for Archie Hare, an improvement on his entry time. An improvement potentially on the British record for Lyndon Longhorn. The record stood at 45.26, and if the result is confirmed, 43.76 will be the new mark for Lyndon Longhorn. And we have the confirmed result. There we saw Archie Hare, 362 points for the S11 swimmer. Good swim from Kirill Pulver from Russia, 519. But 611 points from that first heat, and inside the British record time for Lyndon Longhorn. So move on now to heat number 2. Swimmers in this second heat: Akash Das, Zach Washington, Young, Sebastian Williams, Matthew Davies, Leo McCree, William Perry, Noah Burden, Nathan Brown, Sam Downey, Kian Saville. A good start at the top of the pool. In fact, it's very close all across the pool. 6 swimmers all in a row. Will Perry going well in lane number 5. Maybe I'll get this touch over Leo McCree. They have great tussles, those two. And they come in separated by 1/100th of a second. Leo McCree just getting it 32.26, 1/100th ahead of William Perry. Great battle again for those two. Sam Downey had a good swim, 32.37 for Sam Downey. He finishes in third position, just ahead of Cian Saville in fourth place. In terms of the points, it will be the top two finishers, the fastest swimmers there, both S6 swimmers, 32.26 for Liam McCree to take that one ahead of Will Perry. Sebastian Williams, the third S6 swimmer, in third place in terms of points. We move on now to heat number 3. This one sees Jake Woods in 0, Ethan Naismith in 1, Lewis Jones in 2, Owen Say in 3, Alfie Penfold in 4, Michael Jones in 5, Aidan Stanbrook in 6, Zach Sturgis in 7, Balthazar Bradshaw in 8, and Luke Boyles in lane number 9. Going well in lane number 6, Aidan Stanbrook. The lowest numerical class is Mikey Jones, the Paralympic gold medalist from Rio 2016. And it looks like he might have the highest points total as they come into the wall together. 31.90 for Mikey Jones. Aidan Stanbrook was first to the wall, just under the 30-second mark, ahead of Luke Boyles and Zach Sturgis. In terms of points, I think it is going to be Mikey Jones. He's the only one into the 600 range. Owen Say from Nova Centurion, 564 points. Here is the confirmed result. Mikey Jones takes it, 611. Owen Say, 564. And Aidan Stanbrook, 461. That's the top three. We move on now to the final heat of this 50 freestyle, heat number 4. A little bit of a delay to the start of this final heat of the 50 freestyle. Sees Stephen Clegg go right up there at the top of the picture. Let's see him at the behind the blocks. He's sitting down on the seat. I can see him from a position here in the pool. He goes right at the top. That's lane number 9. Justin Capps next to him, the German swimmer, and Matthew Redfern in lane number 7. Matthew Redfern, well, going for a Commonwealth Games consideration time. The Redferns, we saw Rebecca Redfern a little bit earlier, the Paralympic silver medalist last year in Tokyo. Matthew Redfern, brother, is going for this one. 26:50 is the target for Matthew Redfern. We'll keep an eye on that time that he has to make. Entry time just outside that, so it'd be good for if we could get the two Redferns inside those Commonwealth Games consideration time for the English team. Just about ready to go now, and we'll go back to heat number 4. So we have Benny Romberg, Darren Paradesh Flores, Jacob Wood, Luke Batty, Lauren Matty-Walter, Jan Schreiber, Kieran Williams, Matthew Redfern, Justin Capps and Stephen Clegg out ahead of the field there. Right at the top, Stephen Clegg, chased by Justin Capps, chased by Matthew Redfern. Stephen Clegg will be into the wall first in that time of 25.10. Justin Capps follows him home in 26.16. And Jan Schreiber and Kieran Williams have a dead heat there, 27.28 apiece. Jan Schreiber and Kieran Williams both in the S10 class, so that's going to be difficult to split there. In fact, they can't be split. 27.28 for both of those S10 swimmers. In terms of the points, it is Stephen Clegg, as expected, top of the tree there, 768 points for Stephen. Justin Capps in second, 693, and that tie for third position, 611. There's the summary of all the heats. Stephen Clegg, 768 points, tops them. That 1 point difference between Leo McRae and Justin Capps and William Perry. And look at all these, a range of people on 611 points there. About 4 swimmers on 611 points. Thankfully, they're all in that top 10 positions. The next event is the women's 100 metres butterfly. There are 2 heats of this one, and this is heat number 1. So first of the 2 heats of the women's 100 metres butterfly. We have Abigail Wickens going in lane 0, Brock Whiston in 1, no one in 2, Nawaba Murkwasa in lane number 3, Astrid Carroll in 4, Abigail Daly in 5, Mira Yini Mack in 6, Evie Lambert in 7, Fern Ayawanu in 8, and Amber Haycock in lane number 9. Fern Ayawanu and Amber Haycock almost together there at the turn. And Brock Whiston also in contention down here in lane number 1. In fact, ahead in lane number 1, Brock Whiston. Brock Whiston, of course, the World Championships 2019. Incredibly successful with 3 gold medals. And she'll be trying to make her way back into the GB team for the competitions to come, I'm sure. World Championships, of course, this year in Madeira and next year in Manchester, of course. So Brock Whiston coming into the last few meters here. She will take that one in 118.77. 649 points for Brock Whiston. Amber Haycock follows her home in 124.41. Fern Ioanu next into the wall. In the centre, Astrid Carroll. She's had a good week, the visually impaired swimmer. A young swimmer from Borough of Kirklees. Maybe Lambert and Mira Mack coming in almost together there, just separated by 0.3 of a second. In terms of the points, have to wait for final swimmer to finish. It looks like it is going to be 649 points for Brock Whiston. We'll take this one. So the result is confirmed. 649 points will be the target for this next heat to come. Next highest points total was Amber Haycock, 407. As we see it on our scoreboard here. Fern Ioanu, 377, just ahead of the German Mira Mack. Result, we have it. Brock Whiston is confirmed with 649 points in first position. Amber Haycock in second and Fern Ioanu in third. That was heat number 1. We can now move on to heat number 2. Talia Pokai in lane 0. Mahaya Zodara Barezzo from Spain in lane number 1. Rebecca Lewis in 2. Amy Sheridan going in lane 3. Janina Brauer in 4 for Germany. Poppy Maskell goes in 5. Roisin Rian from Ireland in 6. Tony Shaw in 7. Louise Fiddis in 8. And Jessica Jane Applegate in lane number 9. Now Tony Shaw, local swimmer from Aberdeen. She goes in lane number 7, looking to do well here. World Championship medalist in this event, of course. And just missing out on the medals at the Paralympic Games. Tony Shaw in the S9 class. Being headed at the moment by Jessica Jane Applegate. Going out there in the outside lane, Poppy Maskell. In fact, it's Roisin Rian maybe, and Poppy Maskell just in the hunt here. Poppy Maskell going really well in lane number 5, challenging Jessica Jane Applegate there, but it is Jessica Jane will get that one in 107.95. Poppy Maskell, good swim from her in 108.84. She looked strong at the end there, Poppy Maskell. Third to the wall is Tony Shaw in 109.79. There should be some decent points totals on show here. Jessica Jane Applegate first to the wall at 819 points. That will earn her. Good swim from Poppy Maskell, 788 points for Poppy Maskell as we stand. And Tony Shaw may well be in third position. There is the confirmed result of this second and final heat of the 100 butterfly. Jessica Jane Applegate, 819 points ahead of a good swim from Poppy Maskell. And Tony Shaw in third place, just ahead of Luis Vides in terms of points. And the top 5 swimmers there all came from the second heat. Brock Whiston came from the first heat, and she is qualifying in 6th position there for that World Series final. The next event is the men's 100 meters butterfly. There are 4 heats, and this is heat 1. So 4 swimmers for the first heat of this men's 100 meters butterfly. Jan Schreiber of Germany goes in lane 3. Jake Woods from City of Glasgow in 4. Akash Das from Oswestry in 5. And Aidan Stanbrook from Winchester goes in lane number 7. We've seen a number of these swimmers, if not all of them, in the 50 freestyle earlier. Jan Schreiber, the S10 swimmer, is an S10 swimmer along with Aidan Stanbrook. And, 2 swimmers in the outside lanes of the 4. Jan Schreiber had a couple of good swims earlier this week. And we've seen the German team have a number of young swimmers come to this event. Jan Schreiber without an entry time, so we'll be hoping to set a target for the heats to come, trying to force his way into a final this evening. And here he comes into the final few strokes, and it is 1:11.85 for Jan Schreiber. Jake Woods has had a good second 50 here. City of Glasgow swimmer, going in lane number 4, just holding off the challenge of Akash Das. The Oswestry swimmer just getting into the wall just behind the swimmer from City of Glasgow. And Aidan Stanbrook finishing in 4th position. The time just getting corrected there for Akash Das. Swimmers exit the water. Still waiting for confirmation of that result. Jan Schreiber well ahead of the rest of the field. 1:11.85 for the German. I think that's going to give him the highest points total. These are confirmed. There's a little bit of an issue with the touch at the end here, so the scoreboard taking a little bit of time to confirm the result. We do have a confirmed result here. It is Jan Schreiber is confirmed as the winner of that one. 428 points ahead of Jake Woods and Aidan Stanbrook. That was heat number 1. We can go now to heat number 2. Second of the 4 heats, we have Lewis Jones in 0, Matthew Davies in lane number 1, Jacob Wood in 2, Ethan Naisbitt in 3, Zachary Lacey in lane number 4, Luke Batty in lane 5, Matthew Scott in 6, Darren Paradis Flores in 7, Andrew Bihari in 8, and Zach Sturgis back in the water again in lane number 9. As I said, we saw a great swim from Zach Sturgis last night in the national final in the 400 freestyle. He's being headed at the moment by the swimmers in the centre lanes. Good start from Luke Batty. We've seen him swim well this week, coached by British record holder in the S8 class, Richard Howard, in the 100 butterfly, and he is heading a line of about 4 swimmers up from him, but Luke Batty coming home very strongly. He's in the S9 classification. Decent points total here for the man from Bolton Metro, and 111.75. He will take that one, 506 points. The other 4 swimmers finishing together all in the 300-point range, as was Jacob Woods. And the other final swimmers coming in to complete the distance. The final one being Ethan Naisbitt from City of Manchester Aquatic. It does look like that highest points total is going to go to Luke Batty. Some big improvements being made by him in terms of his entry times. 1:17 entry time for this one. That's improved to a 1:11.75. Incredible improvement there for the young man, Luke Batty. That's what we like to see. We'll wait for confirmation of the result. Everything is okay. It's always a nervous wait when there's a wait for confirmation of a result. Very close contest for places behind Luke Batty as we stand at the minute. If these results are confirmed, of course, number of swimmers in the 300-point range. We do have confirmed results, and Luke Batty is safe in first position. 506 points for Luke Batty, 384 from Matthew Scott, ahead of Andrew Bihari, 367. It's now time for heat number 3. Number 3 sees Felix Cowan go in lane 0, Baltasar Bradshaw in lane 1, Zach Zona in 2, Inigo Lopez Sanz goes in lane 3, Aymeric Parmentier in lane 4, Dylan Blakely in 5, Caleb Arndt in 6, Rhea Rogers in 7, Owen Garsides in 8, and Oliver Carter goes in lane number 9. Owen Carter going out fast, 29.98. This is an event for the S10 classification in the Commonwealth Games, so very much a target event for Ollie Carter here. And he's going well in the early stages. Watch out for Inigo Lopez Sanz, already a World Para Series winner in the 400 freestyle, the Spanish swimmer in terms of points as they come to the wall. But Ollie Carter holding off the challenge of Owen Garsides alongside him. It's going to be Carter, I think, to the wall. 105.63 for Ollie Carter. Owen Garsides in second position in 105.84. And in terms of points, it looks like it is going to be the Spanish swimmer, Inigo Lopez Sanz, the S8 swimmer from Spain, who gets the top points score, 632 points. Nice close contest there between Owen Garsides and Ollie Carter, both on the 105 range in terms of time. Just a touch going to Ollie Carter. Out outside line. Yes, 10 swimmer, as I said. Commonwealth Games opportunity for the S10 swimmers in the Commonwealth. 100 butterfly. Ollie Carter eligible for the Scottish team. It's all the home nations for the UK that will have their teams at the Commonwealth Games. Still waiting for confirmation of this result. Again, it might be a nervous week for the swimmers. They're all looking, getting out of the pool, having a look at the scoreboard here in the venue. Just waiting for confirmation of those times. As we stand, Inigo Lopez Sanz from Spain is in pole position. And I think everything looks okay. Inigo Lopez Sanz confirmed as taking that one. 632 points ahead of 565 for Owen Garsides and 561 for Ollie Carter. We can now move on to final event of this morning. It's heat number 4. So heat number 4, Joseph Greaves goes in 0, Justin Capps goes in lane 1. No swimmer in lane 2, we have Barry McClements in lane 3, Jack Milne in 4, Cameron Byrne-Coombe in lane 5, James Hollis in lane 6, Robert Isaac Johnson in 7, and Stephen Clegg in lane number 8. Paralympic silver medalist Stephen Clegg in this 100 butterfly. He goes first to the wall, 26.25. British record standing at 57.36 for Stephen Clegg. And he's stretching away from the others. James Hollis, another one of the S10 swimmers, a London Paralympian. He's going 2 lanes down from Stephen Clegg, trying to force his way into the England team for the Commonwealth Games, I'm sure. And Stephen Clegg comes in, 58.09 for Stephen Clegg. James Hollis under the 1 minute mark, 59.93 for James Hollis. He touches the wall second, just ahead of Robert Isaac Johnson. Next into the wall was Cameron Byrne-Coombe. Good swim from him in 102.61. Stephen Clegg looked very good out at the front of the field there. 933 points for Stephen Clegg. Big points total there, 58.07. Robert Isaac Johnson in second in that final heat, just ahead of James Hollis. So Stephen Clegg tops the tree as we look at the summary of all the heats. Robert Isaac Johnson, James Hollis and Barry McClements, they are the next 3. Inigo Lopez Sanz from that previous heat is in 6th position. Well, that's the final action for this morning's session here in the Aberdeen Sports Village. It was a quick fire session, right enough. That's just the clock just going over at 10:15 there. Stephen Clegg, what a great swim he had in that last swim there. 919 points. He's going to be very tough to beat for the final of that 100 butterfly. Can he do the double? Can he do the 50 freestyle and 100 fly double? It's going to be interesting to watch tonight. Got some great races on prospect. Love the 50 freestyles, fast and furious, and the 100 butterflies as well. We'll crown another 4 World Para Series champions tonight. The session starts local time here in Aberdeen, 1700 hours. It's the final session of this City Para Swimming World Series meet, incorporating the British Para Swimming meet. It's going to be a great last session. Join us here in Aberdeen at 1700 hours. We look forward to seeing you then.
Attention, please. Here's something I bet you didn't know. Not all supplements are created equal. At HealthSpan, our omega-3 oil is sustainably sourced from the South Pacific Ocean. We find our turmeric on the southern slopes of India. And our cod liver oil comes from the cold, crisp seas of Greenland. We work hard to seek out the best ingredients for all our supplements because that's the HealthSpan way. We're healthspan.co.uk. Vitamins and supplements in-store or direct to your door.
SIM-only plans? There are always so many tempting options. So you jump headfirst into a long contract, which keeps you locked in for 12 months.
Somebody let me out!
At Labara, we offer great value plans and total flexibility. You can get 10 gigs of data, unlimited UK minutes and texts, and 100 international minutes for just £10 a month. And you can change or cancel anytime.
Now I feel free.
Buy now at labara.co.uk.
Are they about to triple their gold medal total tonight? It's an all-British podium